Hi guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome to the final full week vlog of Old School April 2025. That sucks to say, but this week's theme is like 4 things and I have not found a good way to name it all. So we are for sure going to read 7 volumes of the first Pokemon Adventure manga because I don't have the 7 of Johto. I have read them before. This is technically a reread. But we're going to read one of these a day. We're also going to be playing a lot of Pokemon, watching a lot of Pokemon, playing some Digimon, watching some Digimon, and some Power Rangers. These were 3 IPs that were very important to me between the years of 1997 and 2025 to this day. I have one tattoo, and it is the fighting energy symbol from the Pokemon card game because I grew up wrestling and kickboxing and playing Pokemon. Eventually when we see a library tour, you're going to see a lot of Power Rangers and Pokemon, and almost all of the Pokemon Squishmallows. I'm missing 2. Well, that's not entirely true because I didn't get Bellybolt and Fuecoco, but I don't really want those 2. Eventually, I will show you my Power Rangers Jason David Frank shrine at the top of that bookshelf, and then all of my, we're going to see a lot. We're going to see a lot of my love for this fandom. And then this week is just going to be a little more laid back. I don't know what to name it, like, at all. I have gone to the gym. It is technically Easter. I have celebrated Easter with my mom. Allie is asleep. She is going in tonight. So it's going to be me and the cats. All that's left to do today is daydream. No, okay, so we are going to start, oh my gosh, if I can get it out of this box, with Volume 1. We're going to read this today. And then probably play some Digimon Cyber Sleuth. I kind of want to do more fossil hunting in Brilliant Diamond, honestly. I should play Legends of Arceus and Scarlet, because I need to finish both of those. But we'll see what I end up doing. And then I will roll some B-roll, and I will chat with you guys again in a little bit. I think that's Lilligant. Jesus Christ. Oh no. Although, that's not in particular. So I keep forgetting that I need to actually take the footage off of here from my Jurassic Park vlog. So all these little mini clips is making my life harder, but I just have to. I have to point this out. So I'm reading Volume 1, okay? We're going to finish this tonight before we go to bed and probably read some other stuff. But there's a scene in this, and I'll give a better, longer update of what's going on in Volume 1 afterwards, where Red, who is the main character, and Misty they're at Mount Moon, basically. And it is confirmed that Mickey Mouse exists. Literally, look at this. Look at that. Is that a Pikachu? Ain't Mickey Mouse. You can't even get away from the mouse. In a completely different IP. A whole different intellectual property by a whole different company. And you still can't get away from Mickey Mouse. South Park's representation of Mickey Mouse and Disney is 100% accurate. Noodle's gonna help me with this update. Maybe. I think he's just begging for food. But I finished Volume 1 of Pokemon Adventure. Volume 1 gets farther into the story than I thought it did. So Pokemon Adventure loosely follows the game/show. It definitely takes inspiration from all of Kanto region media. And for those of you that aren't Pokemon fans, Kanto region is that first the original Pokemon game. Red and Blue, it's that first region and set of Pokemon. And then it's just like the show, like any season of the show, every episode is kind of a concise story centered around Red, who is the main character of this. The first chapter, he meets Professor Oak, and Blue, who is, the Gary Oak character. And then in the next one, I think chapter 2, he gets Pikachu. No, chapter 2, he gets Bulbasaur. Chapter 3, I think, is when he gets Pikachu. Then he battles Brock, moves on, meets Misty. He doesn't actually battle Misty, and I can't find a panel of her giving him a badge. But in the back, it says he has 2 badges in just the little recap. So I don't know. Maybe I missed something here. But they do make some slight changes to some of the lore and to how some of the battling works, what the badges mean, and that's interesting. I really like the episode with Bill, who handles the storage box, so people can collect a bajillion Pokemon. In the game, he gets turned into a Pokemon, and like that is valid. And in the manga, he's just a little freak, a little mutant. Not my face. Yeah, can't get it on Bill's face. This does have slight gore, I guess, technically, you could say, in some of the attacks. In one of the big differences, but it also has a big like that's an Arbok getting sliced in half. It does have a big difference with the story, too. I don't want to spoil too much. It does involve some of the gym leaders in a variety of ways. For example, Lieutenant Surge is on the SS and is behind working with Team Rocket. That's all I'm going to say. You'll have to actually read some of this or look into it if you are interested. I don't want to spoil anything because I know this is OSA and Pokemon is nostalgic for a lot of people who may not read much manga. And this is one that I think if you don't read manga but you like Pokemon, you should still take the chance. I don't know if you can get these versions anymore unless they're sitting in an Barnes & Noble or an Amazon warehouse. They've reprinted them, so they're the deluxe volumes, where it's basically each volume is 2 of these original size. I really like it. I really like that Red starts with a Poliwhirl instead of a usual starter, and then he gets a Bulbasaur, which is my favorite Pokemon, and a Pikachu. I really like that was a bit different. I'm just having a fun time. It's very nostalgic. It does reference things that have no business being in a Pokemon world, but it does make a lot of reference to the Pokemon world at large, the world within the anime, the world within the games, and it's just a really nice kind of retelling or side story within this intellectual property. You can definitely tell it was written for the fans, by the fans. Hidenori Kusaka wrote it, and then Mato did the art. And the art is spectacular. It's a beautiful blend of like original Ken Sugimori art and more modern, what we would all recognize as Pokemon art. It's a really cute blend, and it really works very well. I'm excited. Tomorrow we're going to do Volume 2. I have a couple of chores that I got to do tonight. It's very late. It's like midnight. And then I have to go to bed because I have a meeting at 9. So that sucks. I will update you guys tomorrow. Hi guys, so I did some chores. I went to the gym and I finished Volume 2 of Pokemon Adventures. We're going to do Volume 3 today as well. I like Volume 2 a lot. I don't know that I like it more than 1. Honestly, all 14 volumes, so this first set of 7 and then the Johto ones, really do kind of blend. Every episode, every chapter is pretty episodic. and they all kind of revolve around the same general story of Team Rocket doing bad things with Pokemon and having some big master plan. What makes Pokemon Adventures different isn't just how they kind of change some lore stuff, but Team Rocket and Giovanni are actually working with other gym leaders too. So it's like half the gym leaders are evil and then the other half are good. It's still centered around Red, obviously. You're also introduced to Green, who is this girl that Red meets. They're about the same age, and she's kind of a thief, and she's out there to make a buck. She's out there to make some money. And then she kind of gets roped into fighting Team Rocket too. There's one more protagonist character. We'll get there when we get to those volume. I think they are introduced in volume 4. It might be 3. But it's really interesting because they change some lore stuff for story reasons, and it makes things very interesting. So in this volume, towards the end, nobody can get into Saffron City because Sabrina, who was the gym leader, has created, working for Team Rocket, and has put up barriers around the whole city. So it's very fun and interesting. I have a little bit more touring to do before we start volume 3, and then I think today I'm going to, after that's all done, just relax. Probably watch some Pokemon movies I haven't seen. I've seen most of them, but there's still a lot. There's like 33 Pokemon animated movies. We're gonna watch some of those tonight for sure, but I have a few more things that I gotta get done. Oh, and I gotta edit. I have to shoot one more skit for Jurassic Park, and then I have to edit that vlog so I can start the upload process ideally tonight. Even though it's gonna be shorter, it's not gonna be a 40-minute vlog. That last week was kind of my rest week. But I'm gonna get started on all that, and then I will update you guys in a little bit. Alrighty guys, so I got a haircut, no worries there. But it is 5:40 in the evening on Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday, that sounds right. And I'm getting ready to start the volume 4 Pokemon Adventures, but I want to talk about volume 3 a little bit. So I don't remember it moving this fast. Volume 3, Red has all but 2 badges, like at the beginning, and then they end up going to like war in Saffron City with the evil gym leaders, rescuing all the Pokemon, and then rescuing these genetically engineered version of like Zapdos, Moltres, and Articuno, which are combined. They're legendary Pokemon. You don't need to know Pokemon to kind of follow along with that. And then immediately after that gets resolved. And then Red challenges Giovanni for the 8th badge. And then it jumps to the Pokemon League. And I did not remember that all happening in the first 3 volumes. And then he just kind of goes home. You get a brief introduction to the Elite Four, who are like the top 4. They're the Elite 4 Pokemon trainers. Nothing special. It did introduce Yellow. I don't think it named her yet, but that's who this character is. And then I was also reminded, fingering through this, that there's a time skip, a 2-year time skip. This is like way more intense of anything Pokemon than I remember, and I really want to pick up the 2nd box set, which has the 7 volumes for the Johto region, which is a continuation of this story. But I'm going to start on this today. As you saw, I have Pokemon on in the background because my Jurassic Park vlog for week 3 is finally uploading. That's going to take a couple days, probably, unfortunately. After Old School April, we'll go back to our regularly scheduled Monday and Thursday videos, but for now, I'm winging it. I gotta get some food, too, so I'm gonna eat a little. I'm gonna start this, and I will update you guys again in a little bit. Alrighty, guys. Quick update. So today's Friday. Yesterday I got no reading done. Not at all. I binge watched the final season of You. I didn't like that ending at all. I mean, I thought it was how it should end, but how it was done was just not good. They Game of Thrones season 8'd it. They dropped the ball. We'll go with that. They dropped the ball. But Wednesday night I did finish Volume 4, Pokemon Adventures. This was fun. So last time we talked, Red had gone to the Pokemon League. He won the Pokemon League. This actually starts off after a 2-year time skip, and Red gets a letter in the mail challenging him to a battle. He disappears for a month, and then Pikachu comes back on the edge of death. It's so sad. It's so sad looking. And then Yellow shows up, which is, well, we'll talk about that later. Pikachu recognizes Yellow, and Yellow sets out to rescue Red. I shouldn't say Ash. And it kind of reinvigorates the good gym leaders working against evil gym leaders, and now the Elite Four are somehow involved as well. And then it kind of focuses on Blue. Blue gets his own couple chapters about his life, and then going to the power plant. And then that pretty much ends Volume 4. Today I have to read Volume 5 and Volume 6. And we are going to do that, but I'm going to shower and get cleaned up. I'm going to lounge a bit for a little bit first, though I ate way too much biscuits and gravy this morning on my cheat day. And then, so I'm going to lay around, watch some YouTube, play some video games, and then I'm going to shower, get cleaned up. We're going to go for some walk today. Tomorrow I have Power Day, and we have the sleepover, the all-night OSA sleepover. So I'm going to do Power Day tomorrow, sleep, wake up at like 4 in the afternoon, and shotgun an energy drink, and go from there.
For reference, it took me 12 hours to beat the game. Over 3 of those hours was this level. See, one thing about Sith Master is the beginning is by far the...
Alrighty guys, we are about to go for a walk. I've got my Pokeball Plus, my Digimon stuff. We're gonna get some steps in. We are gonna catch some Pokemon. I'm gonna listen to an audiobook, Throne of Glass. I am not enjoying that very much at all. Don't know if I'm gonna go into that or not. I did like Agatar, so it's kind of really disappointing that I'm not liking her young adult series. But we're gonna get going on this walk, and then I will touch base with you guys a little bit later after I've gotten back, eaten some dinner, and have read some Pokemon Adventures. You didn't expect me to actually do cardio, did you? Alrighty guys, so in all seriousness, I did go for a walk yesterday, but it was yesterday. I did not do a lot of reading. Tonight we are going to read 5, 6, and 7. I have the sleepover sprints right here. We'll see some B-roll of that, trust me. It's going all night. I have some potato skins in the oven, and I'm about halfway through Volume 5. So I talked about in Volume 4, focuses on Yellow. Red went missing, and kind of the start of Yellow's adventure to figure out what happened to Red. 5 is, the first half so far has kind of been a training montage. He kind of meets Blue in the desert, where Blue is trying to teach Yellow how to be a Pokemon trainer. And then he does end up going off on his own, and the SS Anne gets taken over again. And this is just a really fun series. There was something in particular that I wanted to highlight when I read this earlier, and now I just don't remember. But I really like the art a lot. It's so close to Ken Sugimori art in a lot of ways. Like, we got a nice little fat Pikachu there. But it's also really similar to like modern Pokemon depiction. So it's a really nice blend of both. We also got a small glimpse into the rest of the Elite Four, but overall it's just kind of back to episodic stuff. While Yellow is kind of learning what it means to be a Pokemon trainer, he did pseudo capture a new Pokemon. Blue really captured it and gave it to him. But Yellow has this weird ability where he can kind of sense Pokemon's memories and emotions and then heal them. So he doesn't particularly want to battle. I'm going to finish this soon. I was gonna wait until we actually went on another sprint for the slumber party, but I don't think we're doing another sprint for a while. So I'm probably gonna read this while I chat with everybody, eat my potato skins, and I will check in with you guys as soon as Volume 5 is done. All right, quick update in the same chair because they're about to come off sprints. It is now 11:32. Volume 5 is finished. It's also got Bruno on the back, who's one of my favorite Elite Four members, but it's kind of the same. It focuses on Yellow for most of it, kind of going around solving problems, normal Pokemon stuff. Green shows up and kidnaps Bill. I shouldn't say kidnap. She breaks into his house and they end up having to flee. And because Lance attacks Yellow trying to get Pikachu back. At the end of the volume, armies of Pokemon are attacking cities and the gym leaders have to deal with that, and the evil gym leaders came back. So we're going to start 6. They're about to come off sprints. Oh god, everyone's already there. And we're going to get this done tonight. Start editing this at some point, and then I'm going to have a wrap-up video, a separate wrap-up video. But sprints are back. I love you guys, but sprints are cooler, so I'm going to go do that. Alright, so this will be the last update from this shot. We're on 30-minute sprints again. I'm gonna make some cookies, I think. Curl up on the couch, finish Volume 7, and then maybe play some video games, read, pass out, die. I'm 30 years old, man. This is very late. It is 12:38. This is hard. I even took a nap, and I'm like dying. And I have to go to the gym tomorrow. And then I have to work Monday. I'm having a fun time though. This is a wonderful experience. The stream is great. I hope you were there for at least part of it. It's well worth it. If not, do OSA next year, 100%. But I'm gonna go make some cookies.
Flower ones. This is just one sheet, but I grew up like baking my face.
Alrighty guys, I have finished Volume 7. The first series of Pokemon Adventures is over. I really like this series a lot. I really like this manga. I don't want to talk too much about the details of what happens in Volume 7 because it's kind of spoiler heavy. There's a final face-off with the Elite Four and the evil gym leaders kind of resurface. Red is found. He's not missing, and it sets up, no longer missing, I should say, because he was missing. But it sets up Adventures 2, which I said at the beginning of this vlog takes place in the Johto region, but is a direct continuation of this story. So I'm not going to read that. It is already, technically it's Sunday, it's 1:57 on Saturday. I have the OSA stream on. I am going to go lay in bed and probably end up not making it to 6 a.m. for the stream. And that is where we will end this vlog, guys. We read all of Pokemon Adventures. We played some Pokemon Let's Go Eevee. We played some Digimon. We didn't do Power Rangers. We didn't do any Power Rangers. I might cheat and watch Turbo before I go to bed. I don't know. It's been pretty much just Pokemon Adventures, some Digimon game, and then some Pokemon games. But that is the last full week vlog that we are doing on this channel for OSA. There will be another small video kind of talking about the event and wrapping it up. But this was my last full week vlog. And I gotta say, doing 4 of these back to back was a lot more than I thought it was gonna be. I'd actually planned on doing 4 vlogs and then smaller videos throughout, but holy crap. 4 week-long vlogs, just not even editing, which already that takes like a whole day. Just doing all the clips takes forever. So this has been a blast. I cannot wait for Halloween-a-thon because we're gonna do it all again. But that is the end of this Pokemon vlog and the final vlog of OSA 2025. Thank you guys. I'm gonna go and to bed and die, basically. Sleep for the next 9 hours until my cat smacks me. And I will catch you next time.